AUNE tried to fix this HD650. Well, they tried pretty hard, and I think they made another version of the banger mid-fi contender instead of the fixed 650. AUNE is a well-known chi-fi brand that doesn't sound like a chi-fi. They ignore all the so-called chi-fi neutrality from all of their devices, be it the amp or the headphones or the DACs. AUNE M1P is one of the inventions that kept me in awe even today. It's such a great DAC for the price that it demolishes DACs even higher the price tag in terms of sound quality. Too bad the software isn't great. But yeah, AUNE is different. Coming to this headphones is kindly provided by the peoples at Oral Cafe. For an honest review, they do sell AUNE stuff at very reasonable price. Do contact them and their subsidiary brand Insane Rigs to order these headphones in India. Let's discuss how it feels. These headphones are somewhat heavy. It is well built with metal structure with plastic touches here and there. Some squeaking noises can be heard from the cups, huge cups though, which helps in a lot of ways, and I think it achieves the bass that it produces mostly by the housing of the headphones. Leather strap is well built and it feels like any other leather strap. Pads are okay, does a great job of sealing, but it feels huge. But if you are like me and you like to lay down wearing your headphones, it might be a problem. The position of the cups although do affect the sound, and I will discuss that later. For the comfort, clamping force is perfect, feels very light, not too light. Tilted ear cups do offer a bit of extra degree of comfort. The seal is good, stays after adjusting the headphone for a long time. The pad is softer than usual, but the part that contact with the skin is a bit rough. I would have liked a perforated pad because I could feel some warmth after an hour. Cup rotation is enough to fit my head. Specs are not a problem with these headphones who need to pay to see the world like me. But after a long time, it do makes my ears sweat a lot. The headband strap is comfortable as I said due to the size, very light on the head, and you can't feel the weight that it is having. If we come to the drivability part, it is fairly easy to drive, hard to change the sound to a better level with the sources. I played with a lot of DACs and amps and things which sound a bit neutral pairs based with it. Power is not a problem even a bit. It can run comfortably with something like Asher and Current PA10 at 20% of the volume and with high gain. A bit of positional variance can be noticed. Thing is, tilting it forward makes it less sound staging, but the mids gets better in extension. Lower end becomes a bit blurred. Tilting it backwards stretches the soundstage from left to right a bit more, adds the width of the soundstage. Will miss the advantages that you got in the forward tilting cups. The bass is very well done in the amplitude, there is no problem with the quantity, but I have an issue with the implementation. Sub bass feels natural, it is though felt a bit less in attack. Decay is very analog and sustained. I had no issues with that, although it might seem hazy in few instances where the resolution details in the bass are not much. The bass has depth although not physical. All in all, it has a very fun tonality in the bass and won't bore you even a bit with neutrality. It does take effect in the mid-range tonality also. The lower amplitude in the mid-bass would have made it clearer, which might sound better in my preference, but most of the people I know would absolutely love it. The mid-range is very pleasant and tasteful. It is not neutral by any means. It is very confidently elevated. Beautiful richness can be observed in the lower mids. Amplitude is a bit warm and full sounding. Texturing and micro details can be improved. I'm not super impressed by the texturing, although for the price it is not really something that I should complain about at this price, but it is what it is. The 2 kHz chip pushes everything back a bit and makes everything a bit distant. This might be where it got the staging capabilities too. Resolution can be improved, which would have given me no place to complain about. The upper mid-range seems safe and a bit extended than usual, but there is not much problem that I can find, to be honest. No dryness, no shoutiness, nothing inorganic, no metallicness. Everything sounded very organic and inoffensive. The airiness is missing also in the extension of the upper treble, but I would always take a safe sounding headphone more than a wrong sounded yet extended one. Treble is smooth and non-fatiguing, no risks has been taken here. Notes might overlap each other in speedy tracks, but I don't think who would love this kind of songs might ever take this headphone. Like they would go for something like Plana or a bit technically capable headphone. Speed is very analog, so is the decay. Resolution can be improved here also. Overall, the detail retrieval in the whole range is a bit less than something like HD600 or HD650. The bite and attack are not good either, very safe and ultra liquid for the treble sensitive person. This will match so good with someone who is allergic to treble elevation or extension. Coming to the technicalities, soundstage is very expensive, too realistic to my ears, the projection is outstanding, the scope of the soundstage is perfect. Cohesive in every direction all around my head, vocals sound distant and not heady, which I don't like, but imaging is also great, panning is extremely good, swipe and cues are really well implemented. No squeezing or missing spot can be noticed, although the height perception can be improved. Sometimes being too slow causes a lot of problems on heavy tracks, which has a lot of atmospheric cues. If you come to the resolution, it does possess a very subdued presentation in the terms of detail, which might be a bit problematic. The notes are not hyper detailed but rather relaxed in textual information and definition. No tricks to provide artificial resolution, boosting the treble in psychoacoustics or anything has been done here, which is a very good thing. Although I would have again liked a bit more detail. The dynamics of this headphone are very okay for the price. It is not too impressive and not too boring. I don't know if that's the right word. Slow pace songs sound good, feels a bit soft on the busiest tracks. The timbre on these headphones are very organic in terms of acoustic instrument. Percussion sounds good, although cymbals sound safe, not super extended, which I don't like. Air instruments do miss the airiness, and the body and the low end are very beautiful in them. In spite of that, the bite and attack in the string instruments are not there, but the tonality is very pleasing for the long sessions. Piano sound earthy and weighted. The extension in the higher registers are surprisingly good, unlike the others, which took me by surprise. So if you compare other headphones with this at this price tag, there is nothing to be compared with. Okay, this headphone sounds safe and lush throughout the mid-range. HD600 has a very linear sub bass, and the bass response is a bit on the flatter side, but I prefer the mids on the HD600 a lot, though the upper mids might sound a bit much on a few solid states with HD600 than the AR5000. Treble is what I feel. The HD600 is a lot more extended and like the treble of the HD600 bit. Technicalities are way better in AR5000. AR5000 is a pretty great alternative to the HD650 if you need a bit more mid-range body. Again, tech is way better in AR5000. 490 is on par with AR5000 in terms of technicalities, but AR5000 is a way safer approach to the mid-range and the treble. If we come to the conclusion, I will do a detailed comparison of few headphones later on, so stay tuned for that. By saying that, the price that this headphone is coming at, which is 22 to 25,000 Indian rupees, is something that definitely needs your attention. If you love mid-range in terms of forwardness and definition, you like lush timbre, although it's a pretty bad word to say lush in terms of timbre. Timbre can be realistic or unrealistic, but if you want a lush representation, the warm, the dark kind of signature, AUNE AR5000 is just amazing, which will give you a lot of technicalities to enjoy your music with this, which is a rare thing I find in this like in the hobby itself. So again, thanks for watching my videos. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a thumbs up. Bye.